Midterms less than a week away. GOP challenger Dr. Scott Jenseng is battling Minnesota Governor Tim Walz for office.
Jenseng, who is seeking to unseat Walz, would become the first Republican to win a statewide election in the state since 2006. Scott Jenseng joins us now to talk about the latest in his race. Scott, great to have you here. How's it going? Bring us up to speed.
It's been terrific. There's an energy in Minnesota that I've never seen before. I just left a community of about 5,000 people, and there were 300 people that gathered to get together and have a conversation about the problems in Minnesota. There's truly this thing going on where it seems like we've caught lightning in a bottle, and people are frustrated, they're upset, they understand clearly that Minnesota is not on a sustainable path. And they understand that what's on the ballot is inflation, crime, and education.
Hasn't Walz tried to avoid you as much as he can?
He has. He's spent $15 million demonizing my running mate, Matt Burke, and I. He's trying to distract the voters. He's dodging his responsibilities. He bailed out on the National Guard, the cops, the state patrol, the parents, the kids. But he's absolutely not been willing to debate me. There's not been one statewide televised debate, and he's not going to allow it to happen. This Friday, tomorrow night, he's not allowing public television to do a debate, which has been going on traditionally for 40 years. And Tim Walz says, nope, I'm not doing it. See, he thinks he's got the ball at the 3-yard line. And if he just trusts the machine and the money and the media, that they'll get him across the goal line. But he does not have a movement going.
So it sounds like you do have a movement going from what you're saying. You talked about some of what voters care about most. What would be one of the first things that you do if you get elected?
We need to absolutely get serious about crime. Under Tim Walz, I think arguably you could say that he is the godfather of the epidemic of crime that has swept the nation. We're going to put more cops on a street corner. We're going to respect the work they do. We're going to understand clearly that incarceration has to be a tool to use against repeat violent felons. Mandated minimum sentences mean just that. We need to enforce the law. We have not seen any of that from Tim Walz. He has stood with Ilhan Omar, who has said that the cops are a cancer that should be defunded and dismantled. And Tim Walz has not gone against her, but rather endorsed her.
We've got about 30 seconds. There's something that strikes me behind you. There's the word excellence. And I have felt that we've gotten away from that as a concept. We go to equity and everybody treated the same. But excellence matters, doesn't it?
It really does. And I think that's what's sweeping across the hearts and minds of Americans across our land, is they're recognizing that excellence isn't being elevated. Rather, it's shoddy, cheap political sloganeering. And people are tired of it. They want transparent leadership. And in Minnesota, they are sick to death of Tim Walz taking a page out of Joe Biden's playbook and hunkering down in the basement, saying nothing, doing nothing, and acting like Schultz from Hogan's Heroes.
I see nothing. I hear nothing. I'm old enough to know. Dr. Scott Jenseng, thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
Thank you.